Although the ending of John Wick 4 seemingly confirmed the protagonist's death, an alternate ending for the movie suggests a different fate. But before I go grave digging to really find out what happened at Sacré-Cœur, I'd like to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick, and welcome to 30's Feedback. So, the ending of John Wick 4 seemingly confirmed that the franchise's titular hero had been killed at the hands of the Marquis, or Kane if you want to be more specific. But plans for a fifth installment have thrown that into question. The movie followed Wick's fight for freedom, attempting to bring down the high table and get rid of the bounty that was constantly increasing on his head. It's widely considered to be the best entry in the series, and its bold ending was praised for its emotional payoff, but it's possible that John Wick 4's sentimental conclusion might not be the ending for the character after all. John Wick 4 was never supposed to be the end of the franchise. However, as a spin-off entitled Ballerina that takes place between John Wick 3 and John Wick 4 is scheduled for release in 2024 with Ana de Armas in the lead role, this seemed like the perfect opportunity to continue the franchise without reversing the protagonist's death at the end of John Wick 4. But the suggestion of a fifth entry seems to suggest that it would take place after the fourth, following John Wick once again. And this theory is actually supported by the original ending of John Wick 4, which was changed at the last moment. In an alternate ending for John Wick 4, the protagonist was revealed to be alive after having seemingly died in Paris at the hands of the Marquis. This ending was actually shot, edited, and even screened to some test audiences across the world before it was ultimately changed for something more ambiguous. Although that's not the version that eventually made it into the final cut, the fact that it exists proves that John Wick 4's writers believe he could have theoretically survived, and that's more than enough to fuel the rumours that he'll be returning in the future. This alternate ending could even be integrated into the beginning of John Wick 5 since it's already been filmed and shown to some audiences. It's even possible that director Chad Stahelski decided to remove this scene from John Wick 4 because he felt it was more fitting in the fifth installment, which would prove that Wick's survival was the plan all along. No matter where Stahelski decides to go with the franchise, the existence of this alternate ending gives him the perfect excuse to justify Wick's return. If this is the case, John Wick 5 could easily retcon the previous installment by showing that Wick survived his duel and returned home after all, bringing the alternate ending into the actual canon of the movie. This story might get a little confusing for audiences, as the decision would essentially be rewriting the story they've already seen, but it's probably the most effective way to bring Wick back without simply stating that he survived. Stahelski has admitted that he's willing to return for John Wick 5 if there's a way to make it seem as natural and logical as possible. While it's exciting that John Wick might return in a fifth movie, the decision to potentially reverse his death is already proving to be an incredibly controversial one. It has many fans understandably worried about the future of the John Wick franchise because it makes John effectively indestructible. Not only would he have survived an encounter that definitely should have killed him, but the decision to reverse his death would prove that Stahelski is unwilling to let his protagonist die, and then all the emotional stakes would be destroyed, knowing that Wick is going to survive forever. Such a surprise death for John was pointless if it's just being reversed later on. Besides the plot armor that John's survival would give him, the decision decision to bring him back would also undermine one of the franchise's most emotional and poignant moments. The entire conclusion of John Wick 4 would basically be pointless, undoing all the great character development that his final scene created. John finally reached the end of his road, accepting that he'd gone too far and dying happily in the knowledge that he'd see his wife again. So bringing him back for another adventure would just feel forced and unnecessary. The shock factor of the ending would be gone, and John Wick 4 in particular would lose all rewatchability. What do you guys think? Is John dead or alive? And if he is alive, would you like there to be a John Wick 5? Let me know below.